Man, Chicks is getting mad. I wanted to so badly tweet yesterday. If I was a dude, I would have never been able to get away with it. But I wanted to do a Vine video of me shaking some Midol and being like, okay, who wants some? Because everybody had their skirts up in a twist yesterday because of something that one of my friends said. And then this developed into a big, giant discussion in the entire, because the right allowed the left to dictate their reaction and how much they were going to talk about it because we're so great, you know. I mean, here we have a frillion scandals going on, and we allowed ourselves to just sort of be led down this path of freaking out about something. No, and here's the thing. I was talking to a couple of folks about this yesterday, about Erickson's remarks about breadwinners and so on and so forth. And they were like, well, we don't disagree with how he said it, but what? But what? Well, we just don't like how he said it. Because, you know, the left is going to take that because you let them. Oh, my gosh. Can we as conservatives stop living in fear of how the left is going to take something that we say? They say the craziest stuff every day. Do you know how many Todd Aikens live in the Democrat Party? You have Joe Salazar. You have Hudnall or Hudak. You have, oh, my gosh, how many of these people do you have over on the side of the DNC? You have a dude who got impeached over there. You have a senator who went driving into a river and was worshipped. I mean, come on. Can we stop worrying about how the left is going to have a double standard over something that we say? I'm glad he said it, and I'm glad he said it the way that he said it. Some people just need to be told. This is kind of how I look at it. There was this knee-jerk reaction. All he said was breadwinners, and because more and more women are becoming breadwinners, and he was saying that this was having some sort of adverse effect on the American family and so on and so forth, and all of these. And then, of course, the left, beginning with, I don't know what chick this is, freaked out over it. And the majority of the women freaking out about this, by the way, are single and childless. As far as, I used to be a big-time liberal feminist as well, and then I grew up and I had children, and I realized I was responsible for more lives than just my own. I kind of think that if you're going to sit here and lecture women and men about how family structures should be set up, maybe you should have one first. There's a thought, because I sure as hell am not going to be lectured to by no single childless woman, because I lived it. You want to talk about experiences? Show me your stretch marks. Let's compare. Because, see, that's my cred. Where's yours? It just aggravates me. Yes, sometimes it needs to be said in a cutting manner to wake some people up. I don't disagree with anything that he said. He was saying that, when you look at biology and you look at the natural world, the roles of men and women in society, the male's typically the dominant role. He said the female, it's not the antithesis, it's not competing, it's a complementary role. And chicks freaked out. Do you know why? And even some conservative women freaked out. Do you know why? Because they're judging this with the liberal women presupposition that anything other than the role of a man in the family is somehow the submissive and beta role. They are, by the very nature of how they're approaching this argument, being anti-woman by disrespecting the role of the woman, by, again, presupposing that because it is not the role of the man, that somehow it is due less respect and it is a subservient role. Let me tell you something, chicks. Pop a Midol and have a seat. I've been both the breadwinner, which I am in my family, and I've been the stay-at-home mother where my husband was the breadwinner. There was no shift in power in either of those positions. The people who have a hang-up on power are the people who can't get over themselves. And if you are a single childless woman and you're looking at the family structure and you have a problem with complementary roles in a male-female relationship, perhaps you should take inventory of what you prioritize and maybe second-guess yourself before creating a family unit based on your navel-gazing narcissism instead of what's best for that family unit and your children. You want to know the problem with family structures? It's that mentality going into them. That's the thing that angers me. And I wasn't the breadwinner by choice. I'm the breadwinner because I have these birth control munching, single Birkenstock wearing, hairy armpitted feminists who hate men and hate women's choices out there pushing policies that make economic prosperity absolutely impossible for small businesses. They make it impossible for you to create jobs. They make it impossible for you to afford your health care. They make it impossible for you to raise your children how you want to raise your children. They are the ones who are taking away my pro-choice right of wanting to stay home. And then they're going to turn around and lecture me, moi, about family structures and family units? Really? I don't think so. And the most unfortunate thing about all of this is I see this mindset worming its way into the psyche of conservative females. Now, I love my conservative sisters, but some of our lady friends here need to kind of take a step back. You're being played.